guys, welcome back to Helmets and Hoops. This is another basketball episode, and this is going to be me and Samlal on this one. Matt Wilson will be back on our next episode, our next episode. And this episode, we're going to be making the prototypical NBA player. So we're going to be taking, the best abilities and making the perfect NBA player. All right, Sean, you want to start it off for us?
All right, so we have 10 categories. The first category we're going with is going to be field general. We're taking a floor general, And with that, we're going to take all the different things into account, like passing, basketball IQ, and things of that nature. Typically a ball handler, point guard, whatever you want to call it. So for me, the guy that I thought of was LeBron. There are a lot of other guys that came to mind, the Magic. I actually had Jason Williams in my top 5. I liked the way White Chocolate did his thing back in the day. But I think that the way LeBron handles the game, the way that he manages the court, every single play, essentially, touching the ball and not, he makes an imprint on the game whenever he plays. And that's what I really want from a perfect player. It came easy. No matter where he's gone, all locales, Cleveland, Miami, LA. The team's been changed to fit his skill set because he leaves such an imprint, a winning imprint on the game, that I think that is something that you want for your floor general. So
it's wild that you said all that because, one, I picked LeBron James as well. I mean, everything you said is obvious reasons. He's so smart with the way he does picks and the way he, passes, and when he knows when to pass and when not to pass in those picks.
Yeah.
If you go back and watch his tape, it's phenomenal how he does it, how he controls the game with it. Another crazy part is I actually had Magic and Jason Williams in there as well.
Yeah.
For me, because all right, so Magic, of course, is he's. I thought of people who can control offense and had flashy passing as well. And Magic and Jason Williams had the flashiest passing in NBA history, in my opinion.
The only other guys that came into consideration were the ones that are pure passers, like the not really a Steve Nash, John Stockton, with more CP3. Pick and roll. CP3, and even Steph.
Rondo has some nice passes.
Oof. Right. So I took those guys into consideration, but ultimately I felt as though, besides Jason Williams, he's won a championship. The Magic and the LeBrons, they've won multiple championships. They left their imprint, I think, in most games, most if not all games they play. Where those other guys, the Rondos, the Steve Nashes, haven't won, and I like to reward winning. So obviously there's something. You could go into a whole separate conversation about why they didn't win, but I think that winning matters, and they've shown that they have a winning style of basketball.
I mean, Rondo did win, and he was a big part of that championship in 2008.
Right. No, that is a good one. Rondo's a good one. Steve Nash and John Stockton have gotten almost there. I mean, Stockton got to the finals. Steve Nash has almost gotten there his heyday.
Times.
So it's just they weren't able to close the deal for me. But yeah.
True. All right, well, let's move on to shooting, and this is unanimous. Chef Curry.
Yeah.
For 3. Oh, man. I mean, any kind of shooting, actually. He can do mid-range shooting, three-point shooting. He's automatic.
Yeah.
I realized he was automatic when do you remember when he played OKC in regular season? It was the year the Cavs won. It was Curry's second MVP, and he played what's it called against Thunder, and it was a close game, OT game, and he hits that half court buzzer beater or game winning 3.
Oh, I think I do.
He does a shimmy. Oh man, it was that game when I was like, all right, Curry is the best shooter of all time.
Yeah, you've seen all the trick shots from Curry where he does from half court. He throws it straight up in the air. It comes down, nothing but net. You've seen him during the game hitting functional shots, the deep 3, normal 3. He's the one who kind of revolutionized the 3-point shot and made it sexy. And even attacking the basket, he's not the biggest of guys, 6'3", whatever amount of pounds. But he is able to finish from mid to deep. Another guy that I considered was Damian Lillard. I think Lillard doesn't do it as sexy of a way that Steph does, but
in my opinion, I think he does the stature just not as often. Oh man,
right.
the way Damian Lillard, oh man, just I'm thinking about how he closed out the Thunder. That was the coldest.
That was a great
That
shot.
was in my opinion my favorite buzz beater of all time. And his one against Portland was my favorite before that, which is wild.
The one against Portland?
I'm sorry, no, he was in Portland.
Against
The one
the
against
Rockets?
Rockets
Yeah.
against the Rock. Oh my god,
Yeah,
that
that was a
one
great shot.
was. They both were amazing.
I mean, the shot, even after the shot that he took against OKC last year when Paul George was guarding him out on the 3-point line, he talked about it in an interview or maybe after the game that that's not a bad shot for him because he wasn't on the 3-point line. He was 5 steps back. And he said, those are the shots I practice. Those are the shots I take and the shots I make.
You can tell. You can tell the way his confidence when he takes those shots. You can tell with how they go in.
It's not a bad shot for him.
Yeah. Did you hear about how he said if there's no chance of the Blazers making playoffs, he's not going to play?
Right. If he's not going to play in meaningless regular season games that don't have playoff implications. So it's going to be interesting to see what the NBA tries to do or tries to implement similar to the NHL, where they're having an extended playoffs.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. I can't wait to find out, man. I can't wait for this NBA season to resume.
Yeah, I need something.
It's not even that. This is one of the first times in a long time the Legion are set. I just can't wait for this.
Yeah, this was going to be a great playoffs.
It was the first time in probably a good, maybe 10 years where I didn't know who was going to the finals.
Yeah. You could realistically see a myriad of teams making the finals.
There's always 2 or 3 teams. I'm like, all right, well, I know you guys are going to the finals.
Right.
I know it's going to be one of you 3 teams, one of you 4 teams maybe.
Right.
But no, finally now I really do not know. I think whoever wins it come out of LA, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean Giannis was making a strong case. So to say, to really consider him one of the favorites, especially in the East.
Mm.
So,
all right.
You want to lead this one off?
For slashing, I got your Royal Airness, Michael Jordan. Slashing.
Same.
If you're gonna break down slashing by dunking and layups, I would have Vince Carter and James Harden. But if you're gonna combine them and have just one slasher, that's Michael Jordan. The way, especially young Jordan, the way he was so creative with the way he would attack the rim with his he would be near the ground, but he lets the ball go, which is crazy.
He would hang in the air so long that by the time he let the ball go, his defenders coming back down because they just don't have the leaping ability. Another thing that I really considered was Giannis and Kyrie. When we're talking about attacking the basket, I find Kyrie to be so good at it that the dunking doesn't even matter because that's not what he does. And then Giannis is the other side where he's attacking the basket every time it's a dunk or basically dropping the ball right there. So it's just really, however, I think stylistically what you prefer from a finisher.
I mean, honestly, you can't go wrong with that either.
Right.
The reason why I had Vince Carter was just his just posterizing slams. I love posterizers. If I was an NBA player, I would want to posterize everyone.
Yeah.
Another person would be Blake. Blake's posters
were good.
Oh God, his posters were just so beautiful to watch and
so disrespectful.
So disrespectful. That's someone's baby out there. Oh
yeah, that's some good stuff what he did.
Pau Gasol's twice in one game. You have Perkins. You have Ibaka. You have
Perkins are the good ones.
Mozgov. Oof. Who else?
He's always slamming on these slow-footed big men that he just gets a full foot ahead of them, on top of them. Just, it's great.
That Lob City team was so fun to watch.
It was. It's too bad
It's
they didn't win, didn't stick together, it
it's
didn't work out.
wild. It's wild they didn't win. I mean,
Yeah.
Matt Barnes talked about it a lot in all this mode how they just didn't have team chemistry like that.
No.
They had probably the best roster to win at the time, but
Mhm.
team chemistry wasn't there, and you need that to win in the NBA, in
You
my
do.
opinion. Uh,
So,
but
well, moving on to the next one, we got handles. Handles, I think we touched on this guy before. I considered a few guys, White Chocolate, Steph Curry, even Chris Paul, if you just want to go with a functional handle. But I think that you can't move away from Kyrie Irving. The way that he embarrasses people. Um, you've seen he does things that you've never seen before, and it's great to watch. That is what everyone wants to do. Everyone wants to be able to handle the ball. Everyone wants to be able to shoot and dunk
oh
and
yeah,
no, but handling the ball is a central part of basketball. You need to be able to do it with both hands equally, attack both sides of the basket equally. I find Harden to be really good at it as well, but
mm-hmm.
Kyrie is just it's nasty.
I agree. Kyrie, like I had Kyrie as well, but like Kyrie's handles are just so fluid.
Yeah.
Just when he just disrespected Brandon Knight at the rookie sophomore game
Oh yeah.
when he just made him fall off that step back. That was so disrespectful. That crowd was lit.
And that's the thing. You need to have a reaction, like an emotional reaction to the handle, to the crossover, to someone falling, and then that's how you know who's the best.
Yeah. Another person who was really good was Jamal Crawford. He
Oh,
was
Jamal Crawford's great. No,
so nasty with it.
I forgot who called him it, but they call him the dance instructor. It's
Oh,
great.
is he?
It's great. No,
Well,
I
he's like hopping up and down a lot.
right,
Tim Hardaway Senior was really good too.
right. Penny was pretty good.
Penny was good.
So I mean, there are a lot of guys with great handles.
AI, of course.
Oh, AI. I don't know how much of AI. Well, he had a great handle. I'm not arguing that. How much of it was just really that first step? You know, that one where
That's part of your
he
handle.
rocks. Oh, absolutely. I just like it because Kyrie will beat you with a bunch of different things you've never seen before, even now.
I mean, not for Kobe. Whew.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Kobe just checked him when Kyrie trying to do all these moves and Kobe just did not budge? Like, nope, not doing this, young fella, not this, young fella.
Yeah, I think, and I remember that Kobe would just get up in his airspace. Like, you need to be able to actually do the dribble move, so you need a little bit of air. And Kobe he just was up in Kyrie's grill.
But I mean, and that's what makes Kyrie so tough is that he has his handles and he has his finishing.
Yeah,
it's such a perfect combo for him.
and I think the best ball handlers like Kyrie have to be able to drive and have to be able to shoot from outside, because then you have to play him honest. You can't just press up on him because he'll blow by you, and vice versa. You can't back off because then he'll hit it in your eye.
Same with Steph, which is why people think Steph is just a 3-point shooter. That's it. No, the reason why his 3-point is so deadly is because you have to fear his layups.
Yeah. Oh, for
and
sure.
Fear his mid range and fear his everything, his whole game.
Yeah.
His passing.
For speaking to Steph specifically, you could tell the way he dribbles. A lot of the time, he'll take a step back. So when you take a step, get you to take a step forward because you know he'll hit it from out there. Then he's gonna get up in your airspace and go past you. So then you're in this weird in between land of how close is too close because then he'll get by me, or how far is too far because his release is so quick, and it's at a weird. It's basically on the way up, so where it's different from a normal prototypical shot where you'll shoot at the top of your jump.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. All right. Well, that's handling. That's Kyrie for both of us unanimous.
Yep.
Rebounding, I think we might have unanimous again. Getting my man Denny Rodman.
Yeah. Wow. This is.
Yeah. See.
This is unplanned, but this.
Yeah. It's kind of wild that we're both. All right. So we had the same for Florida General. We had the same for shooting. We had the same for. We've been this whole time.
Yeah. This is. Well, we're halfway through, so
yeah,
looking good so far.
Yeah, Dennis Rodman, and his rebounding is just so. It just if you watch tape of him, like it's just so weird how he's called the worm for a reason.
Oh yeah.
like find little crevices, just find little space, and boom, attack and just get the rebound.
Right.
It seems like the ball just like a magnet on his hand, just like sucks the ball in.
Yeah, and rebounding is an effort thing. You need to be willing to rebound in order to be a good rebounder, and he was very willing.
Oh yeah.
So I think it was a ability to tell where a shot was going to come off the rim, if it was going to come off at all, that allowed him to get to the spot that he thought the ball was going to, and more times than not, it would end up on wherever he thought, and he would be able to get the rebound. Like normally, you would think of a great rebound as a big guy, and I mean he wasn't small, but he was 6'7", 6'10". I'm sorry
about that. No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't 6'10". I'm pretty sure he
No.
was not 6'10".
I mean, I'm trying to be generous.
6'7". He was 6'7".
6'7". So there you go. One of the best rebounders of all time was 6'7" because of his tenacity, lower body strength, and just all around hustle.
All right, in 91-92, he had 18.7 rebounds a game. 92-93, he had 18.3. 93-94, he had 17.3.
You've got
94-95, he had 16.8. That's just wild numbers. Like, that's unheard of in today's game.
Yeah, no one's doing that. It's a good game if you get over 10.
Yeah.
Right? He's averaging double that. Averaging. So a bad game from him is 15.
Yeah, right. It's wild.
So.
But, yeah, the Worm, unanimous.
Yeah.
And then if you heard about it in the Jordan Last Dance documentary, he was talking about how he would have his friends, like, shoot at the rim. Just tell him to shoot at the rim. So he would just practice reaction time of where the ball would go. Yeah, he's like, you should shoot anywhere on the rim, and then I'm gonna try to rebound it, and then he would do that for practice.
Smart. He knew what he was going to be doing. He knew what he was good at. So why not try to refine your craft?
Yeah. He would be up there for IQ as well if we did a separate IQ one. Oh man, Dennis Rodman's IQ in basketball was amazing. All right, we're gonna move on to low defense. That's defense down low on the block. I think this is when we might differ. So there's
two guys.
There's a lot of people you can put here. You can put Dennis Rodman again. You can put Mark Eaton. You can put Mutombo. You can put even Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan was one of my two that I considered, but none of those guys you named.
I got Ben Wallace.
Oh, no. I got Hakeem.
Okay. All right. So I like Hakeem too, but nah, my man Ben Wally on that one.
No, he was great. I think, and I didn't really even consider Ben Wallace too much. I don't typically consider him when it comes to like the all-time greats doing certain things. He was great, but I found that he didn't do it long enough for me.
But he had four defensive player of the year, and he's only him and Mutombo are the only ones to do it.
Right. I think I like the versatility of if Hakeem had to step away from the basket a little bit, for whatever reason, I thought that he had quick enough feet to stay in front of a guard a lot of the time, where Ben Wallace was more in the Rudy Gay type of player where they're just waiting at the rim. And a lot of the time they're not the primary defender. They are helping and getting a block because they are good blockers, but it's not their man they're blocking. They're blocking someone else who's coming to the basket.
So if we were doing a list of best footwork, I would definitely put Hakeem. I would definitely have Hakeem unanimous because Hakeem's footwork on both ends was just so weird. So weird how amazing it was for his statue. It's just weird.
Yeah, I think that he didn't rely on his athleticism and tried to work on his fundamentals so much so that his athleticism helped him put him over the top because he was already great fundamentally.
Yeah.
I think that helps.
It's the same with Tim Duncan in that regard.
I don't think that people give Tim Duncan as much due that they need to because it wasn't sexy what he did and he never really talked. So that's not fun. No one wants that.
But another reason I have Ben Wallace, I have a couple of stats here. He's also the only player to record 1,000 rebounds, 100 blocks, and 100 steals in 4 straight years. One of 3 players to have 150 blocks and 100 steals in 7 straight years. David Robinson and your boy Hakeem are the other 2. He's one of 5 players to lead the NBA in rebounding and blocking the same year. with Kareem, Bill Walton, Hakeem, and Dwight. And he was undrafted at all this. He did this.
Yeah.
It's a shame that he's on the Hall of Fame. Yeah, we talked about him on the last episode a little bit, but I'm saying it again. Get my man Ben Wallace in the Hall of Fame.
It's surprising that he's not in the Hall of Fame because everyone gets in the Hall of Fame in the NBA.
It's a shame that him and Chauncey are in the Hall of Fame.
Chauncey, I think, was better longer and deserves more of a Hall of Fame. I mean, it depends on what your criteria is or what you like stylistically.
I saw a stat that said Chauncey is the only player in NBA history that has a winning record, including playoffs, against MJ, Kobe, and LeBron.
That's a pretty specific list. You have to play during a certain, like, at the end of obviously Jordan's era.
He played in all of Kobe's era, and that's
right.
That's big enough.
I would be interested to hear. I mean, that he retired in 2007. No, it was later than that.
Probably 2012, 13, maybe.
Right. So I don't know. I mean, he got a lot of young LeBron too.
So LeBron and Jordan, I'll give you because he got LeBron at the early end and he got Jordan at the tail end. But Kobe, that was prime Kobe that he was winning against.
It'd be interesting to see. I mean, this is too hard to do, and you're picking the greatest of greats. So I was just wondering, do you know what the record was?
It was a winning record, including playoffs against all three. The only player to do it.
Right.
It wasn't any more. It wasn't any more specific. It wasn't any more specific than that. But
right.
I think that's still crazy.
No, yeah. I always love hearing those fun stats like that.
Yeah. But all right. Who do you have for our perimeter defense?
So perimeter defense, what I took into account was it's someone on the last shot, someone who's clutch that has to guard the best player on the team a lot of the time. So I went with he only has one championship, and he won it with my team. I picked the glove.
Okay, so the glove was my original decision, and then I had to change this to my man Kawhi.
Kawhi is great, and I think that I'm thinking more so the style of defense, more so than the body of work, because Kawhi is bigger. Kawhi's bigger than Gary Payton. You know, probably a good 6 inches. So Kawhi is just longer than his opponent, and he's not really suffocating you the same way that
he has. So he literally has the glove. He has big hands, and he just rips the ball out. But I like Kawhi. He's clutch with it, as you said.
Yeah.
He always running the best defender, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the best offense player, like you said. And he's – if you watch, I think it was 2013 playoffs, he's checking – LeBron shooting free throws. Kawhi checks in game, and LeBron turns around and goes, fuck, because he sees Kawhi checking in. That alone is just why I have Kawhi as one of the GOATs.
That was Kawhi before he was Kawhi, too.
Exactly. That was young Kawhi, and he got even better with his little no-look steals. Like, who does that?
Yeah. And we're going to go into the perfect body later, but if they had the same body, I think the style of get up in your face, get up in your airspace, and suffocate the ball handler is why I like Gary Payton's style a little bit better. It's like a Patrick Beverley type, irritating, bothering, rather than sitting back waiting and then trying to get the block or just force you in a certain direction to whatever kind of defense you're doing.
But I'm not mad at Love. I had him in second because he's one of the few players to disrupt Jordan besides like Joe Dumars. But Joe Dumars had the help of Pistons beating the shit out of him.
Yeah.
But yeah. Glove was under, and he's one of the. I think he might be the only guard to ever win Defensive Player of the Year.
Well, you mean like point guard?
Guard. No,
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, right. I think he might be the only point guard to win Defensive Player of the Year.
I wouldn't. Yeah, that's something I won't know off the top of my head. Obviously, I was just thinking the guard part. I was like the greatest.
I know he's the last point guard to win. That's for
okay.
Sure.
Yeah, the defensive player typically goes to the center.
The centers, the shot blockers usually.
I think it's just because it's easiest to track their stats, the blocks and things like that.
And then the rebounds help with this too, I guess.
Yeah,
defensive rebounds.
Yeah, I don't know how the media votes on it, so it is what it is.
Yeah,
not as easy to quantify.
All right, well, let's move on to athleticism. I got my man Russ Westbrook.
So I went with Michael Jordan.
Not a bad one at all.
I like Russell is extremely fast with the ball. John Wall was also in there with
Same.
I took speed into account, jumping, and just overall twitchiness.
I also had prime D Rose in there as well.
D Rose, yeah, it's. I'm not much of a D Rose fan. Just in general, he was great. This
is your Miami fan. The hater.
Well, he didn't beat us, so not in the playoffs when it mattered. I think that the twitchiness and what we talked about with MJ attacking the basket, his versatility, he was fast enough with the ball, and we know about him jumping. Russell, the athletes nowadays have better facilities, better training staffs, and things like that. So you got to take it into account, and it's ferocious the way that Russell attacks the basket. Same way with John Wall, it's fun.
Like the way how high Russell Westbrook gets up in the air. That's one reason why I had him. How fast he is with the ball. How fast he is without the ball.
Oh yeah.
How hard he dunks it. Let's see, what else? His body type. He has a big frame.
Yeah, he does.
There's a lot in that into consideration. Jordan, I understand. I think Jordan, the only thing that he had over Westbrook is his vertical. I think everything else.
No, that makes sense.
Russ has over him.
I'm not going to push back too hard because they're great. They're great athletes nowadays, more so than in Jordan's time. So I'm not mad at Russell at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
So next up, we got the body. So the perfect NBA body. I don't think
we're probably gonna agree on this one again. Go ahead.
It's LeBron.
Oh no, we're not.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So real quick, the reason why I picked LeBron because whenever I think about the perfect NBA body, I'm not thinking about a 7'3" guy. I'm thinking more so the Jordan and up, somewhere in that 6'6" to 6'9", big enough to be able to guard most positions. And still small and compact enough in order to be useful on the perimeter. And there are a lot of guys that have like the Paul George bodies, Kawhi, but I like the muscle that LeBron has and the durabilities he's had during his whole year. He hasn't really had a major injury besides last year.
With his groin, yeah.
Yeah, and that's something you really pull. And when did he miss? 15 games? That's the only one he's really missed. Was it longer?
It was definitely longer. It was like 30 games.
No. Oh, Jesus. But anyways, that's the only thing he's had, and that's in week 6. That was in week 16. That was in year 16.
Hey, football
so things come, your body starts breaking down on you, or you pull things more easy as you know when you get older. But anyways, I said it was going to be quick. LeBron, muscle along with the frame that you want. The frame.
I took consideration, but I got Giannis because he has all that, but taller.
He was number 2, yeah.
And I thought Durant. But Durant is too frail, and
yeah,
because I want someone who's tall and can shoot the ball like over you,
Yeah,
like T-Mac, which what made him so good of a scorer was his height and his length as a scorer.
6'8".
He was like 6'8", 6'9", and he had long arms, and he shot the ball at the top of he shot the ball at the top of his jump. You know, and that's why I was for Giannis. Like that would make our perfect player so perfect. If you have Giannis's body type where he's so athletic and he can still move around, but and if you had Russ's speed with Giannis's, if you had Russ's speed and agility with Giannis's fucking body, I
don't even think Giannis is that far behind. He just doesn't look as fast because he has longer strides, so he doesn't have to generate all the power.
But his strides are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like he can. I think he only took like 4 steps to go full court. Like that's wild. Like 4 or 5 like long ass strides to go full court.
Where did you see that?
It was a dunker his.
Jesus.
It was either like full or half court. Either way, that's still wild.
I could see half court. That's long. I mean, he's a big boy. So
yeah. But all right. That's body type. And then last but not least, we got the clutch gene. Who do you have? You probably have Jordan for this, huh?
Your turn, Jordan.
You do have Jordan.
Oh yeah.
I got his disciple, Kobe Bryant. Jordan was my second, and then my third was actually Joe Johnson.
Wow.
If you look at Joe Johnson's
Big shot Joe.
game winners, oh my God, is he clutch? Another one that comes to mind is Robert Horry.
I thought of Robert Horry, big shot Bob, but I didn't like that. A lot of his clutch was, I mean, it's hitting the shot at the last minute, but it's not him creating a shot, then doing it.
Which is why he's not first. Which is why he's not first for me.
Right.
I mean, Kobe and Jordan, you know the ball is going to them, and they still hit the shot over you.
Yeah.
You know, like, and that's why I have Kobe over there. Jordan, I'm not mad at as well. I just prefer Kobe over Jordan.
You didn't consider LeBron?
I do think LeBron is clutch, but not more clutch than Kobe, Jordan, and Joe Johnson.
Joe Johnson's the great one, and Kobe and Michael Jordan are pretty close in my eyes. I think the difference would be that I can think of iconic Jordan shots. Kobe, you can as well, but I think the significance in Jordan's clutch moments are just have more weight for me.
I don't know, man. I just hear all these announcers going, Kobe shot, it goes in. These are crazy, like, oh man, so many of them, man.
Yeah.
Kobe's last game, the way he ended his career, it just like signifies how clutch he was as a player.
He was just chucking up everything, though. He didn't care because it was his last one.
And when it mattered, and they won the game, like, and if you saw the Jazz players, they said they were trying that game. They didn't give anything to Kobe.
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, it really comes down to just like who you prefer better, because these guys are so close. It's splitting hairs once you're like trying to pick one.
Yeah, and shout out to Kobe, R.I.P. He did that on my birthday, my 24th birthday. He did that on his last game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was such your birthday present. I remember that day. I remember that day exactly. It was that game on, and the Warriors were trying to get their record.
The record win.
Yeah, and I was not giving a fuck about the Warriors game. I was watching the Kobe game.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mean, it doesn't help that the Warriors are playing, I believe, the Magic or the Kings, one of those two teams. And I was like, I mean, it's trying to be a win. So I'm watching my man Kobe.
Oh yeah, that was a great game.
Wait, did you watch that game live?
No, yeah, I had to watch that game live because it's Kobe. It's like it's not even a basketball game. It's an event. It's a historic moment. Last time you're gonna ever get to see him running around out there. So
man,
and he didn't disappoint.
Did not disappoint at all. That was so wild.
I think regardless, he was going to take all those shots. It's just they went in not all of them, but
definitely not all. Definitely not all 50 shots. Yeah. I think it's a 50 shots that game.
Yeah. So he was he was just like, F it. Let's do this.
Yeah, and he did that thing.
Yeah, and they won the game.
60. Shaq asked him to hit 50 for him. Kobe like, man, I'm not going to be able to do that. And he hit 60 for him.
Yeah.
Said, no, let me up it 10 more.
Yeah, it was a good time. That was a great game.
Yeah. All right. Well, anything you want to add on to that?
No, I mean, real quick. So what we went through was floor general had LeBron, shooting Steph, slashing MJ. Handles, I got Kyrie, Dennis Rodman for the rebounding. Low defense, going to be Hakeem, the Dream.
Ben Wallace for me.
Perimeter was the glove for me.
Kawhi.
Athleticism, for me, it was MJ. But I'm kind of coming around to the Russell Westbrook thing.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Everything you laid out was just perfect. And Michael Jordan was a great athlete, don't get me wrong. But I think that I would prefer Russell's athleticism.
All right. Well, that's the first change Sean's mind.
Yeah. Body, LeBron / Giannis. And then clutch was Kobe / MJ. So take your pick.
All right. Comment who you guys think your favorite players for each of these categories would be. If you guys want, we can do a little competition who has the best in our comments. Let's see. And yeah, see us next time.
All right.
All right.